Smart, smart, do. We are the children, the children of God. Come, come, come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Hello, grade 4 pupils. Welcome again to a science and technology lesson. And today we are going to look at things we call floating and sinking. This is on the topic properties of matter. In the previous lesson we said that matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. We said there are three states of matter. There are three states of matter, whereby we have solids, liquids, and gases. That is what we discussed in the previous lessons. But today now I want us to look at floating and sinking. What is floating and sinking? There are some materials which when we place in water, they will go down to the bottom of the basin. There are other things which when we place them in a basin with water, they will remain on the surface. They will remain on the surface of water. So those materials which when placed on water go down into the surface of the water or into the bottom of the water, those are called that is what we call floating. For example, let us have some items here. I have this is feathers. These are feathers. What will happen to feathers when they are placed on top in a basin of water? What will happen to the feathers? We just place them there. What is does the feather go down to the bottom or remains on top? These are feathers. Do they go down or do they remain on top of the surface of the water? So when feathers are placed on water, we say they remain on the surface of water. So floating is whereby objects, when placed on water, they remain on the surface. They remain on the surface of water. They remain on the surface of water. They don't go down into the bottom of the water, but they remain on the surface of water. And we say we have examples like we have feathers. What other materials, when placed on water, will remain on the surface of the water? I have, this is a tin. This is a tin. When we place the tin on the surface of the water, it will remain on the surface of water. You can see it is not going down. It is just remaining on the surface of water. So any other thing, this is a piece of wood. What will happen to a piece of wood when you place it on water? A piece of wood, when you place on water, it will not go down. It will just remain on the surface of water. So this is another material that remains on the surface of water. But we have other materials like a stone. This is a stone. What will happen to a stone when you place a stone on the surface of water? Does it remain on top or does it go down into the bottom of the water? When a stone is placed, in water, it goes down. When it is placed on water, it goes down to the bottom of the water. We say, in that case, that the stone is sinking. The stone is sinking. So what is sinking? Sinking is whereby materials, they go down to the bottom. They go down to the bottom of water. They don't remain on the surface. Those that remain on the surface, we say they are floating. And those that go down to the bottom of the water, we say they are sinking. Now, materials that float on water are called floaters. Materials that float on water are called floaters, while materials or objects that sink in water are called sinkers. They are called sinkers. So, from the word floating, we have floaters. From the word sinking, we have sinkers. So, floating is the situation, or it is whereby materials will remain on the surface of the water, while sinking is whereby materials will go down to the bottom of the water. Materials that remain on top of water, the surface of water, are called floaters. And we've seen examples of floaters. We have examples of floaters. We have feathers. Other floaters, we have a tin. We have a piece of wood. We also have plastic. This is a plastic. When we place it, it will remain on the surface of water. We also have pieces of paper. This is a piece of paper. When we place a piece of paper on the surface of water, what will it do? It will float. A piece of paper will float on water. We say materials that go down to the water. I said we have a stone. Even if it is as small as this one, when we place it down, it will go down. We also have, this is a piece of plasticine. This is a piece of plasticine. When we place it on water, it will just go down. It will go down to that water. We also have a nail. This is a nail. This is a nail. What will happen to the nail when we place it on water? It will sink. It will go down to the bottom of the water. So those are some of the examples of sinkers. I say examples of sinkers. We have stone. We have plasticine or clay. We have nail. We also have materials like metal. Any piece of metal, when placed on water, it will sink. But all those materials which will float on water are called floaters. So that is all about floating and sinking. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.